Hey guys, it's Nick from Pick'em and I'm back with another best bets for UFC Fight Night, where we have Emmett versus Topuria, and these guys are fighting for the next. The winner of this fight's gonna be fighting for the title. Is gonna be fighting Alexander Volkanovski, the best pound for pound fighter, or the second best pound for pound fighter in the world right now, and the winner of this fight is gonna get the chance to fight for that belt to make a lot of money. So there's a lot on the line here, guys. And this is a good card. I mean, we have 13 fights now. It went from 14 to 13 because apparently Rodriguez, Clayton Rodriguez missed weight, and that fight was cancelled. So Tatsura Tara is no longer fighting tomorrow morning, from what I heard. So we still have 13 fights, which is a lot. I mean, we had like 10 or 11 fights last time, I think, or 12. I think it was 11 fights, and just a lot of bad refereeing, a lot of bad referee calls, and just not really the best night last time. But for best bets, guys, we went 3-2. So Dennis Bondar by money line didn't cash. Bondar got destroyed absolutely. This Dennis Bondar is an absolute fraud. And then Armin Sarukin by TKO. I mean, it was hard. I mean, Armin Sarukin, just Joaquim Silva came to fight. That dude didn't come to lose. But Sarukin was able to get the ground and pound TKO in the third round. So that cashed. And then Marvin Vittori by moneyline or decision didn't cash because he got his ass whooped by Jared Cannonier. Cannonier looked like a monster, man, at 39 years old, which is just absolutely crazy. I don't know how that dude kept the pace he did. Anyways, guys, so these two bets didn't cash. Dennis Bondar didn't cash. Marvin Vittori moneyline didn't cash. But Alessandro by TKO at minus 105 did hit, so that was nice. And then for my last best bet, I had Manuel Torres by TKO, and this was at plus 165. I don't think the bookies are gonna give us this big juicy prop for Torres to get a KO next. But this is the best prop, I think, for my best bet. The best juicy prop, I mean, for the last card that cashed. And then for safety parlay, we missed by one leg. I think I shouldn't have put Marvin Vittori in there. I had a feeling he was gonna. I just had a bad feeling about that fight, and I just wanted to get some good odds at plus 220. So I decided to put him Marvin Vittori in there with Armin Sarukian, Nemkov, and Costa, which was supposed to pay at plus 220. But Marvin Vittori fumbled the bag for real. And then for long shot parlay, I had Almeida, who lost, Duncan Quinones, who lost, Bukaskas, who I think also lost but somehow got the decision. Long shot parlay was absolutely bad. And then for my dog locks, I mean, I did the best on dog locks. Not the dog locks, I mean, for the most confident underdogs. We had Lucas Almeida by money line, which didn't cash because Pat Sabatini is just so many levels higher with his grappling than Lucas Almeida. And Almeida just got dominated. Then we had Armin Petrosian by decision. This was at plus 250. I told everyone that Duncan Leroy, I mean, there's a lot of hype on the guy coming in. And this is the best fighter he's faced. And Armin Petrosian fought a good fight. I mean, I told everyone that if Armin Petrosian was going to win, it was going to be by decision, and he had a very high likelihood of winning. And I did win some money on this prop at plus 250. And then for the next prop, I had Jared Cannonier. I said even Jared Cannonier by decision at plus 300. Absolutely insane prop. Isn't a bad tag for a dog sprinkle. I mean, I did think Marvin Vittori was gonna win that fight. I mean, but still, there was value putting some dollars on Cannonier by decision at plus 300. And then for the last favorite underdog, I had Nicholas Dalby to win by decision. I mean, this fight went just like I thought it was gonna go, but I thought Muslim Salikov might have worked on his cardio, but I guess he didn't. I mean, he got cracked with the head kick and just got like dropped in the first round and just didn't look the same after that. And Dalby just put the pace on him, just didn't let him breathe, didn't let him catch his breath, and just fought a good fight, gave him different looks, took him down a couple times. So Dalby cast at another plus 250, which is also nice. Alright guys, we're gonna be talking about the next card now. I got a lot of best bets for this card. And for the first fight on the card now is Brundage versus Dumas. And I got Brundage at minus 120 earlier in the week. But the line now is just absolutely insane. Brundage has been finished in his last 2 fights. He does okay in the beginning, but then he gasses out. I'm not too confident on Brundage, especially at the line he is now. At minus 120 or minus 115 isn't a bad price tag considering Dumas isn't all that good. I was watching a Dumas's interview and he said that he just wanted to, in his last fight, he just quit. He just tapped early because he wanted to get his paycheck and go deal with his baby mama drama, which is just not something you want to hear from a fighter. So I mean, I don't have a lot of trust on either of these guys, but I think if Brundage does win this fight, I think Dumas is gonna quit as soon as he gets dropped. Brundage is gonna bring those hammers. I think Brundage is gonna get the TKO, but I think this fight doesn't go to decision for sure, even under 1.5, which is also crazily juiced. I think under 1.5, where fight doesn't start round 3, is a good prop for a parlay. Both of these guys are finishers. No, they don't like going to decisions. Both of these guys, when they lose by finish also. Alright guys, now for the next best bet I have is, I like Peak in the Peak versus Chepe fight. I like Peak to win by TKO. I mean, Chepe has been finished many times before. He's been finished by a lot of UFC fighters. And Peak is so damn tough and durable, man. This dude is an absolute dog. He will keep putting the pace on you. He's not gonna back down. And I'd see Peak taking the fight to Chepe and Chepe just folding under pressure. And now Peak is he's sitting as the favorite now at minus 125. I don't know if there's value there at minus 125. I think by KO is the better play. This dude's always gonna go for the KO. The money line is just crazy. Yeah, pick him at minus 110 is a good play. Peak, that's what I got him as, minus 110. But now that it's minus 125 on DraftKings, I mean, I'm not touching that line. I'll play the KO prop for Peak. But I don't see this fight going the distance. Chepe took this fight on short notice, and I don't see him having the cardio to go 3 rounds. And Peak is gonna have a full camp. I think he's gonna be able to keep the pressure on him. So I like Peak to win by KO. Alright guys, for the next best bet for the Ricci and versus Robertson fight, I like the over 2.5 rounds, guys, on this fight. I know Robertson is a finisher, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to submit Ricci. I mean, Ricci knows what he's doing on the mat. She's not oblivious down there. I think she's gonna stay smart. She has a good game plan for this fight. I think Ricci's gonna win this fight. I did pick Robertson, but I don't know. I watched a lot of Robertson's fights, and she has been looking good in her last 2 fights, but her striking still doesn't seem to be there. And I know Ricci isn't all that good of a striker, obviously, but Ricci has good. I mean, she's got good control from the top. She's got good wrestling. She's a strong girl for the weight class. I know Robertson is moving down from 125 to 115, but I don't know. This is gonna be a very close fight, And I think it goes over 2.5 rounds, and it even goes to the scorecards. Alright guys, let's go to the next best bet I have for you guys. I have is for Randy Brown versus Turman. And I really like Randy Brown here. I think by money line is the A side here. Yeah, he's the much better striker. He has the length, he has the height, he has the reach over Turman. Has a good fight IQ also. I know he got knocked out by Jack Della Maddalena. I mean, Jack Dilla is an absolute monster. That dude is KOing everyone. Just an absolute savage with his hands. And I think Brown, he's going to be hungry. I mean, he's going to want to prove to himself that he can still fight at the UFC level. I mean, this dude was on like a 4 or 5 win streak before he got caught in that last fight. But I do like Randy Brown in this fight. I don't see Turman having much for him. I think Randy Brown moneyline at minus 230 on DraftKings is the A side. But I think he's going to just pick Turman apart from range. Turman has been finished twice before. Where's Turman? He's been finished twice before. I think. Where's this dude's fight? I can't. There he is. Yeah, Wellington Turman has been knocked out twice. Never been submitted. I think it's gonna be a club and sub or like just a referee stoppage. I think it's gonna be a ref stoppage. I think like Turman he's just gonna freeze. He's just gonna like he's not gonna know what's coming at him. Brown throws a lot of long range weapons. Brown's not really like a power puncher, but he has okay power. He's dropped a couple guys in the UFC. I'm gonna say Randy Brown by decision. It's sitting at Randy Brown by decision. I think it's sitting at like a crazy Randy Brown by decision. I think we're getting like good plus money on decision because everyone's expecting Brown to finish this fight. But I will say again, money line is the A side at minus 230. Not the best value per se, but the most like you're gonna be good either way if you wins by finish or decision. But Randy Brown by decision at plus 240. I mean, this dude's won 50% of his fights by decision. And Turman is a tough customer. I mean, Turman is the bigger dude. He's moving down in the weight class, moving down from middleweight. And I'm going to say Randy Brown by decision. Probably 20, 29, 20, 30, 27. I think 30, 27. Alright guys, now for the next best bet for you guys I have is Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane, and I'm taking Justin Tafa to win by KO. I was looking at the KO prop here, but not the best line for a KO prop because there's a lot of stuff that can happen in the heavyweight fight. You never know if these guys just get really scared of those crazy power and just choose not to throw and choose to grapple. You just never know how these fighters are gonna come into the fight. But at minus 125 for the KO is just absolutely insane. I know everyone's playing that KO prop, and that's probably the way he's gonna win this fight. But what if Austin Lane is able to survive and the Tafa wins by decision? You never know. I mean, the line isn't all that bad. Tafa by money line is minus 175 on DraftKings. I'll take the minus 175. I mean, I'm not touching a KO prop at minus 125. That's insane. Like, I think the KO prop is likely, really very, very, very likely. But the money line at minus 175 is not too far off. Alright guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, helping get to 100 subscribers. I'm gonna keep making this content out for you guys. and it really helps when people subscribe. Alright guys, now we're gonna move to my lock of the week, which is Amanda Hebos at moneyline at minus 180. I mean, the lines come down a little bit. She was minus 200 like a day ago, I think. So some money did come in on Missy Barber. But I mean, I'm just not impressed by Barber. She's gonna get outskilled here, I think. Barber does have good pressure. She's got okay striking, okay power. But I mean, her last two fights, I did not think she won her last two fights. I don't know what the judges were watching. Like, I don't know how they gave her that fight. Maybe just an octagon control, the cage control. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand the judges. And she's been gifted split decisions in her like most of her fights in the UFC. And Hebus is a real contender. I mean, Hebus is no joke. She's good everywhere. She's got good judo, good throws, good wrestling, good good striking too. She's got good volume. I think Hebus moneyline at minus 180 on DraftKings is as my lock of the week is gonna hit. Let's go, guys. Hit the subscribe button, guys, if you haven't yet. I hate having to keep saying this, asking you guys to hit the subscribe button, but it really helps, guys. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the next year, and I think we can get there if you guys like help me out with this, and leave a comment below for the algorithm, guys. Alright guys, now for my parlay, for the safety parlay, guys. Before we go to the safety parlay, guys, I have a good prop for you guys for the main event. I found this really sneaky play for the main event, and I found a good prop here. I think that this is very likelihood of this prop cashing. So guys, Josh Emmett is a very, very tough fighter. I mean, he took a lot of kicks from Yair Rodriguez and still stayed in that fight. Didn't just quit. I mean, this dude is just, even at 39 or 38, whatever, however many year old he is now, I still think he's gonna be able to survive the first round. I think Topuria knows this is a big moment for him. This is a big, big fight, and he knows Emmett does have power. And he doesn't want to just go out there in the first minute and get wild and get crazy and just get knocked out, or slept. Emmett can absolutely do this. Just because he's 38 years old or 39 doesn't mean he can't absolutely sleep Ilia Topuria. Topuria does get hit. I mean, he was getting hit by even Bryce Mitchell on the feet. Bryce Mitchell isn't really a power puncher. Nowhere near close a power puncher, and he was landing those head kicks, that Robert Whittaker combination where you throw a jab and then you follow up with the left high kick or right head kick, and he was touching Topuria up in that first second half of the round before and then Topuria came out in the second, absolutely destroyed him. Steamrolled him, absolutely. So I think this fight's gonna go to the second round. So there is a prop on DraftKings, which is this fight to start round. So the fight to start round 2, it's only at minus 165, guys. I really like this prop. I think there's a very, very likelihood. This is a 5-round fight. I mean, Topuria has never been 5 rounds. I think he's going to have that in the back of his mind. He doesn't want to gas out and go out there, not be able to put Emmett away quickly and then gas out. I think he's going to be worried about that a little bit. He's never been 5 rounds, while Emmett has been 5 rounds before. So I think that's going to be in the back of his mind a little bit. But at minus 165, I'll play this prop all day long, guys. Alright, guys, now for the safety parlay. I am taking Randy Brown plus Topuria plus Justin Tafa, and it will pay all by money line at plus 191, guys. I really like these three fighters to get it done. I do think there's a very likelihood all three of them get it done, and the payout is at plus 191 on DraftKings. Alright guys, now for my favorite section, favorite underdogs slash props. We did really good on the last underdog props, guys. Slash underdogs, favorite underdogs slash props. We went 3-1 last time, and I'm hoping to go 4-0 this time. And let's get to it, guys. I like Phil Rowe by KO. I think Neil Magny, like he does get hit. I mean, it's not like he doesn't get hit, and he doesn't really have the power to keep Phil off him, and doesn't have the dynamite. I don't know if he's gonna be able to take Phil Rowe down easily. Like Neil Magny does have okay grappling, but he's not really like a crazy takedown artist or a crazy like Dagestani wrestler or anything. And Rowe is just as tall, has an edge over in reach, like even like by a half an inch, I think it was. Let's check here. Rowe is like a half an inch taller, if I remember correctly. Yeah, for Rowe is like with an 80.5 inch reach. Absolutely insane. I think Phil Rowe has a legit chance to get the KO here. Alright guys, now let's move to the next favorite underdogs. I like Jack Jenkins against Jamal Emmers. I did pick Jamal Emmers in my predictions video, but now after seeing the weigh-ins, seeing Jamal Emmers missing weight and looking not the best on the scale, I think Jenkins could pull this off. I mean, Jamal Emmers has okay striking, okay everywhere, pretty good takedown defense. But if Jack Jenkins can land those leg kicks and land some strikes, he can outstrike Emmers here. And I like Jack Jenkins by decision, I think at plus 330, which is absolutely insane. Plus 330. I did put a quarter of a unit, which is $25 for me on Jenkins to win by decision, and I really think he can get it done. Even the money line, I mean, money line isn't all that bad, but Emmers has been in there with the much better competition, so there is that. But I think Jenkins could get it done. I'm riding with the Australian. Alright guys, let's go to the next favorite underdogs. I like Loic Rajabov to win this fight. I have a 1 unit play on Loic Rajabov. I got him last week, and there's a lot of money coming on Mateusz Rebecki. Loic Rajabov took that UFC debut in short notice and still took his opponent down 11 times. His takedown accuracy was at 50%, which is absolutely insane. And then people were wondering why Loic is getting tired. Dude, this dude took that fight in short notice. He was taking the guy down the whole fight. He did get cracked like once in that fight, but he was able to come back and win that fight. So like that was a very good win for him there. And Mateusz Rebecki, I mean, this dude was... I'm not really impressed by this dude. I don't know, like, what people see in him. He couldn't finish Nick Fury. I mean, come on. Nick Fury got dominated, absolutely steamrolled by Chase Hooper. Like, are you kidding me? Like, if he maybe finished Nick Fury, I'd be like, okay, Rebecki is the real deal. He's the next big thing, eh? He's like this crazy big fucking Polish guy, Polish fighter. I don't know, I'm just not gonna touch this dude at minus 155. Like, coming off a decision win in which he gassed over Nick Fury, he got touched in that fight too. And I don't see him taking Loic Rajabov down in this fight. He was using his wrestling over Nick Fury, who's an absolute can crusher. Should not be in the UFC. I hope he's kicked off the UFC. Nick Fury has nothing for the UFC level, guys. Should not be in the UFC. And that's why I'm taking Loic Rajabov here. I picked him to win. Even my official predictions, I picked him to win. I really like Loic Rajabov here. I really hope, since he has a full camp for this fight, he's able to come back and show everyone that he's a real deal. I mean, this dude's got 9 fights in the PFL, like against some very, very stiff competition, very good competition. Like I know he's 4-4 in the PFL, but still, like, so there's a lot of growing up there. He's getting better. He's only 32 years old, which is not too bad. Almost 2 years older than Mateusz Rebecki. But I'll take the Tajik Tank here to win by, I'm just gonna say money line, but I think he wins by decision. By the way, guys, Loic has real good power too. I mean, this dude's finished a lot of his fights. He's got like 7 wins by knockout, 5 wins by submission, and he's never been finished ever in his career. That's something to notice. You gotta keep that in mind, guys. I think Rebecki has been finished in his career. Mateusz Rebecki, he got knocked out once. Like, I don't know why people are trusting Mateusz Rebecki here. I'll take the guy that's durable as fuck. It has never been finished. Been in there with some really fucking high level killers. I'll take Loic, the Tajik Tank, Rajabov. Alright, guys, now let's go to my last favorite underdogs. Is for the Tabitha Ricci versus Jillian Robertson. I like Jillian Robertson. I like both of these girls. I think both of them have a good potential. Ricci looked really good in her last performance, but Jillian Robertson's been in there with some girls. I mean, she's been in the UFC forever. Like, she's got like 14 fights in the UFC level, and she's finished 8 fights in the UFC. Absolutely insane, bonkers. I don't really have money on Jillian Robertson, but I think if she gets it done, it's gonna be by submission. I just have a hard time seeing her submit Tabitha Ricci, but no losses by submission, but still. Ricci has very good jiu-jitsu herself. She knows what she's doing on the mat. And the only thing that worries me about Robertson is sometimes she's okay with being on her guard. She's okay with letting her opponents get that control time. She's not in a hurry to get back on her feet. That's the only thing that worries me. That's in the back of my mind, like, I did see her many times do that, and that's always in the back of my mind. But I think she is improving. She got a submission win over Maria Agapova, in which she got cracked in the first round, absolutely steamrolled. And then in the second round, she was able to come back, gas Agapova out a little bit, and choke her out by rear naked choke. And then Piera Rodriguez got absolutely dominated. I did pick Jillian Robertson in her last fight against Piera Rodriguez. A lot of people were picking Piera Rodriguez there, the undefeated can crusher. I mean, I don't know how people were picking Rodriguez there, but Robertson is much better than these debut making girls in the UFC. She knows what she's doing on the mat. She's got a submission win over Rose Namajunas in grappling, which is very nice. And she's always competing in these grapplings. She's never just not competing, Look, she got a rear naked choke win over in the first round over Rose Namajunas, who's very high level, is a champion, former champion, two-time champion, former two-time champion, I think. And that's a really good win. That's gonna definitely bring her confidence up. She knows she's better than these Ricci or whatever, but this fight is gonna be very close. I think it does go over 1.5 rounds for sure, but the line is way too crazy. But I'll take Robertson by submission, or maybe just Robertson money line it, because what if he's able to sprawl and able to get some control time and win by decision. You never know with the judges, you know. But yeah, guys. Alright, guys. Now I'm gonna give you guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button once again. We're at the last part. I'm gonna give you my my long shot parlay, guys. For the first fighter I have in the long shot parlay is Cedric Dumas, and then I have Jolgas Jumagulov, and then I have Brandon All-In Allen, and then I have Ricci, and then I have Peak. This is a very long shot parlay. I don't think it's very crazy odds, you know. It's like it's gonna pay out at plus 1,678. This is don't put too much on this. Maybe throw like $5 on it or something like that. But let's hit that long shot parlay. It would be crazy if you actually hit this. Alright, guys, so that's it for this card. Leave a comment who you're gonna be going with. What are your best bets? This is it for me. I just finished work today. I just put in 10 hours at work. Just really tired. I'm gonna chill back, smoke a spliff maybe, and go get some food, you know. But I had to make this video up for you guys. It's time for us to make some money. And the Fight Night card starts early tomorrow, so don't forget, guys. This Fight Night card is not in the evening. It's in the early morning. Alright, guys, hit the subscribe button once again. Don't forget. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate each one of you guys who watches my videos. It really means the world to me. Like, honestly, like, I'm not even bullshitting. It really means a lot when you guys leave a comment or like just a lot of support, you know. Like, really appreciate each one of you guys. Thank you so much once again. Alright, so that's it. I'm gonna end the video now. I'll see you guys next time. And good luck for tomorrow, guys. I hope you guys make a lot of money. And have a good weekend, guys. Bye now. See you all next time. Bye.